How do you rebuild your reputation after you ruined it? Maybe you lied to your customers, disappointed investors, were responsible with money, acted emotionally, publicly, chaotically. Maybe you hurt people, or maybe people simply created a story about you and now everyone keeps repeating it. If you're in this situation, listen to me very carefully, because yes, I've been a tech and startup since 2021, but my original degree is in media. I studied PR, media communications, propaganda, mass influence at university. I've read way too much about American propaganda, Russian propaganda, psychological operations, informational warfare, cults, media manipulations, and how crowds build to destroy public figures. So when I say reputation can be rebuilt, I don't mean through one cute apology post. I mean through perception architecture. You don't beg people to see you differently. You change the evidence, the associations, the repeated story around your name. First thing, reputation is not the same as morality. I'm not here to judge you, Saul. People make mistakes, people act stupidly, people evolve. But reputation is social trust, and if trust was broken, you don't fix it by saying, I changed. You fix it by creating enough evidence that the old version of you is no longer accurate, because reputation is not rebuilt through one apology. It is rebuilt through repeated proof. So here is the actual step-by-step. Step 1. Stop the behavior that damaged your name. This sounds obvious, but most people skip it. They apologize, they post something deep, they disappear for 2 weeks, and then they repeat the same pattern. No. If you lied, become painfully transparent. If you were an alcoholic, stop drinking and go to the gym. If you were responsible with money, create rules, reporting, controls, accountability. If you were chaotic, publicly become emotionally predictable. If you hurt people, stop trying to control the narrative and repair what you can. Because no PR strategy can save you if the behavior is still the same. Step 2. Own the facts without over-explaining. A bad apology sounds like, I'm sorry you feel that way. A good apology sounds like, this happened, this was my responsibility, this is how it affected people, this is what I changed, and this is how I'll prove it over time. The more you over-explain, the more people feel like you're trying to escape responsibility. Step 3. Make people whole where possible. I mean, refunds, compensations, corrections, private apologies, public clarifications, operational changes, whatever fits the situation. Because reputation repair is not just PR, it is a restitution. People don't only want to hear that you feel bad, they want to see that something actually changed. Step 4. Build a new track record. This is the boring part, but it is the real part. Ship good work, keep promises, show consistency. Work with credible people, get testimonials, get press, build products, help people create proof. One good post will not erase one bad scandal, but 6 months, 1 year, 2 years of repeated proof can change the entire meaning of your name. Step 5. Use third-party validation. You saying, I'm different now, is very weak, but customers saying it is stronger, a partner saying it is stronger, a respected person saying it is stronger, a media outlet saying it stronger, a visible achievement saying it is even stronger. Reputation is rebuilt faster when the proof does not only come from your own mouth, because people trust independent signals more than self-defense. Step 6. If you're in a small town gossip economy, don't fight locally. Outgrow it. Small circles are brutal because people don't always care about the truth. They care about the story that gives them social power. So don't waste your time trying to convince every random person that you're not who they think you are. Create distance. Stop feeding the local gossip machine. Stop over-explaining. Stop reacting to every rumor. Stop giving them new material. Instead, build a bigger public identity. Not local Instagram drama, not one small circle, not a group of people who decided who you are. Build something bigger. Your work, your achievements, your projects, your audience, your business, media, global network, community. Because when your reputation becomes bigger than the room where people gossip about you, the gossip starts to look small. Step 7. Change the association map around your name. Reputation is not only built through words. It is built through associations. Who do people see you with? Where do they see you? What rooms are you in? Who reposts you? Who comments under your posts? What communities accept you? What kind of work appears around your name? People judge you visually and socially before they judge you rationally. If you say you're a serious AI founder, but every public association around you is fake gurus, scammy growth hackers, random drama, low quality people, then people will not perceive you as serious, even if your product is good. But if people see you in the right context, working from your laptop, building products, speaking at events, attending hackathons, being around technical people, joining accelerators, talking to founders, going to conferences, collaborating with credible operators, showing up in strong communities, your reputation starts changing without you having to explain too much, right? Because the visual environment starts speaking for you. So audit your association map. Who you photographed with, who you do publicly support, what rooms are you entering, what kind of identity does your content reinforce. Sometimes the fastest way to change your reputation is not to tell people I changed. It is to make the new version of you by visually impossible to ignore. Step 8. Understand the power and danger of bots in comments. Let's be honest. Social proof works. When you open the comments and see hundreds of people saying, "Whoa, she's amazing, he's actually smart, this person is misunderstood, this founder is building something serious," your brain starts adjusting. You may not even notice it, but public opinion creates pressure. This is why politicians, celebrities, companies, public figures care so much about comments, media narrative, supporters, reaction videos, fan pages, and community sentiment. Because when enough people appear to believe something, other people start treating it as a reality. That is the power of social proof. That's why a lot of politicians use bots in their comments. And I have mixed feelings about this, because if all the comments sound robotics, if the account looks empty, if the praise feels coordinated, people don't think, "Whoa, everyone loves this person." They think, "Oh, someone is trying to manipulate me." And now you don't just have a reputation problem, you have a trust problem on top of the original reputation problem. Step 9. Build proof clusters. Don't rely on one proof point. One achievement can be dismissed. One good photo can look staged. One testimonial can look random. One charity post can look performative. But when people see multiple types of proof from different directions, it becomes harder to ignore. You need competence proof. You are building, shipping, understand your field, you can execute. You need social proof. Other people trust you, customers, partners, founders, communities, media. You need character proof. You are more stable, more mature, more responsible, more calm, more consistent. You need contribution proof. You help people, you give value, you support, you create something bigger than yourself. And you need status proof. You're in better rooms now, better people recognize you, your market is bigger than the gossip circle. Because a reputation changes when the new evidence becomes louder than the old story. Step 10. If you use charity, make it real. Charity can absolutely become part of reputation repair, but only if it's not a one-time photo opportunity. If you want to support kids, education, people with disabilities, women, animals, local communities, do it seriously. Stay consistent, show receipts, impact, and honestly, even if someone starts helping because they want to repair their name, the outcome can still be positive. People get help, money goes to something useful, the person builds better behavior. The key is, don't fake compassion, build a real contribution track record. Step 11. One of the most important lessons from media theory and information warfare is that people don't only react to events, they react to frames. The same person can be framed as unstable or passionate, aggressive or ambitious, controversial or misunderstood, dangerous or ahead of their time, failed or in the middle of rebuilding. The facts may be similar, but the frame changes the emotional meaning. This is why reputation repair is not only about proving that something is false. It is about replacing the frame. Not she was messy, but she was young, chaotic, learned publicly, and then became serious. Not he failed, but he made mistakes, paid the price, and rebuilt with discipline. Not they were cancelled, but they went through a brutal public lesson and came back with better judgment. A strong reputation strategy doesn't only defend, it reframes. Step 12. Don't just fight the old story. Flood the market with a better one. There is a concept in information warfare: volume matters. A narrative becomes powerful when it is repeated across different channels by different voices in different formats again and again. It is uncomfortable, it is true. People often believe what feels familiar. So, if the only repeated story about you is the bad story, that story wins by default. Your job is to create a new repeated story, not fake but visible, a podcast, a founder update, a product launch, a conference photo, a customer win, a case study, a thoughtful post, a charity initiative, a media mention, a collaboration, a public learning moment, a visible result, again and again and again. Because reputation is not changed by one dramatic comeback. It is changed by narrative saturation. The new story has to become easier to remember than the old one. Step 13, accept that time is part of the strategy. Some people will never forgive you. Some people need years. Some people will only change their opinion when everyone else does. That is normal. Your job is not to forgiveness. Your job is to become so consistent that the old story becomes outdated. Because the strongest reputation, a repair, is not a speech. It is a long sequence of actions that makes people think, okay, maybe this person really changed. So, if you are ruining your reputation, the strategy is not convince people I am good. The strategy is create so much new fucking evidence that the old version of me becomes outdated. Stop the damage. Own the truth. Repair what you can. Change your behavior. Change your environment. Change your associations. Build proof clusters. Use real social proof. Amplify aggressively. Reframe the story. And outgrow the room where people still need you to be the villain. Because at some point, gossip becomes weak when reality becomes louder. Bye.